welcome to Scottish Outdoor Life. I'm doing this intro in the car because it's blowing a gale outside. The salmon are in steep decline, we all know that. And I've been involved with the River Earn Improvement Association for the past year, trying to develop habitat restoration projects, tree planting, removal of in-river obstructions. We've got a broodstock fishing programme on the go at the moment as we speak. So I'm just looking for your help. I created a Facebook page for it. They've worked away in the background really up until now, certainly not on social media. So I created the River Earn Improvement Association Facebook page. Please like and follow it. It just helps create local awareness and countrywide awareness for the decline of salmon, and that people are actually, trying to do what they can to help it. Also, if you can, £15 is a membership for the organisation for a year. That just helps us buy nets for broodstock fishing, helps plant trees. We've just done a scoping survey for a big habitat restoration project. They've paid £2,500 towards that. Please donate if you can, either through a membership or just a one-off donation. All the money's greatly appreciated, and it just helps us continue the work. I am going to be posting some of that work on this channel. It helps, again, like I said, create awareness. So if that's something you'd like to see, please comment. And I know there's lots of people out there that don't subscribe to the channel, but I'd ask that you do, because channels like mine help create awareness to the wider world of the decline of salmon, and there'll certainly be more of what we're doing on the page. But I hope you enjoy this video. Like I said, please subscribe to this channel and become a member at REIA as well. I'm just about to start on the River Earn. It's in a syndicate I joined last year. It's actually opposite our club water. I'm not too sure how much of the audio you'll hear. It is very, very windy, but I've got a couple of hours, so I'm just going to give it a go. It's a great hike. So this is a pool called the Clayhole in here. We're going to fish it all the way down, right back down to the car. Line wise, this is a game changer, float hover intermediate. I've got 20 feet of Vision hybrid 3/4 tip on. You can see it in the water there, it's getting down a fair bit. And I've got a aluminium gold bodied willy gun with a bit of flash on it. This is my 13-foot rod. With that wind I probably should have brought my 15-footer, I think. However, it'll be alright. It narrows up in here. This bit's quite wide, but it narrows up, it shallows up on this side. Reel, it's a Grays reel, GX 1000. When I was buying my shooting heads, I bought 2 rods, got them second hand. They're Loomis NRXs. I just quite like them, very strong and powerful rods. Bought the 2 Grays reels and bought my game changers. So both identical setups for the 15 and the 13 footers. I think, to be honest, with that wind I'm a wee bit underpowered today. Should have had the 15. It's not going out very well at all. making a complete arse of this. Do you know what? I'm going to get down here, down it, out of the wind a wee bit. Into the water a wee bit. This will help me keep the line low to the water. Just start with a shorter line. This bit I was wanting to fish, to be honest, to start with. Just start lengthening my line, just so I can fish this top bit first before we get round the corner. Very deep in here. Obviously it's called the Clayhole. It's a bit, if you imagine trying to fish that from the far side, that's our club water. It's very, very difficult with a fly rod. There's just a few bitties that you can get in. I didn't realise it was so deep here. I thought there was gravel ran right the way around here. That's a big deep hole there. I need to leave my opposite this tree, just let my fly come round further. I'm fishing it down quite quickly. I don't have a lot of time. I think I say that in all these videos. Life's just busy though. It's very strange actually fishing it from this side. I've spent 35 years fishing it from that side. But it's a lovely cast with a fly in here. So it's deep just still in here, and then it begins to shallow out pretty much down by these trees down here. So that's why I put on that aluminium tube. If I put on a copper one or anything heavier, it would struggle a wee bit, but that's better. The line's going out a bit better now. It's just a wee bit narrower here. So it's not the easiest off this high bank. These game changers or Skagit type lines don't even overhead cast overly well. But this is the bit I like. although it's not going out overly well, it does sort itself out pretty quick because of the flow of the current. Just in this sort of boily bit in here, it's deep, there's lots of stones, there's some really good lies in there. A lot of depth at this side as well, but shallow in the middle. Well, nothing doing up the way. I've just come down to the road bridge here. It's a bit we've never, well, but I've not fished from this side. It's very, very difficult to fish it from the other side, so I'm just going to give it a go here. This bit down in here often holds finnick and sea trout down at the tail end of the bridge pool here. I don't know if I can get my, I think I can get my car along here. I don't think it'll be too wet. But they only run one side of these piers here, right in the middle. They don't. I don't think they'll run that far side. But there's an interesting bit. It's very, very deep below this bridge, and then the bit below it's really deep. So I'm going to try and kind of fish under the bridge from here, and then I'll need to go below the bridge and have a cast. But again, I don't know if I can fish it from here or not. You know how the fly line will work or anything like that. So we'll go and give it a go. I know most of the depths at the far side in here, because I cut these willows a few, oh what's that, 3 years ago, which is fine because they basically coppice again, but this is all shallow in here, but then all the depth swings in below under the bridge here. That fly's landing just in that deeper channel, and then it swings over here and then through the bridge, and there's a hell of a depth in below this bridge. It's a good height, it's 1'8", so I'm getting quite far down this gravel. I just don't know how much further I'll get. To be honest, it'll be deep around these pylons here. It'd be fine if we could get right through. I don't know if all that banging would disturb them. I've never really... I know my friends had fish out of here, so I suppose it doesn't. looks deeper in there. And stony. Probably don't want to go any further. I'll come back down in lower water. Although I think there's a white stone there. I'll just keep lengthening my line. That'll fish it kind of further and further down. Male and female goosander. We do have a license for them on the Tay system. Not a massive amount, but we can shoot them. It's a license to shoot to scare. We try and keep as many. Yeah, we try and keep a few anyway on the license still available to shoot for smolt time. So the smolts are starting to shift about. Certainly from the headwaters, they're starting to move down a wee bit. Not down here yet, but we haven't seen that many goosanders and cormorants over the winter. That's 3 cormorants and 3 goosanders I've seen today, which is the most I've seen in a while. I tell you, this is fishing lovely in here, and I know there is a bit of depth in here, but it's just whether there's any lies in there, that's the thing, or whether there's any fish in there to go in the lies is probably another matter. But going to walk down here for 10 minutes. That's very interesting though. That fished really well with the fly down there. What we struggle with on the lower Erin's any sort of real pace in the water for the fly. But this is all nice down into here. Starts to lose it in here a wee bit. It's just a bit that nobody fishes too much. Got all that beaver damage over there. The big slides up and down the bank. Another bit that we used to fish now and again is this bit, the high bank we call it. I'm not too sure how this will fish, whether there's even any pace now. I've not been down. I've fished this for years from the far side. Any flow will be going down that far bank though, so I don't know how the fly will work, but you can certainly come down and spin it. It's not a problem. But again, a decent bottom. We'll give it a 5 minutes in here just to see. I think we'll get a bit of back eddy here. I'm pretty sure by the look of it, but we'll have a wee shot in here for 10 minutes just to see how the fly works. It's nice investigating these bitties for later on in the season, but we'll go and give it a shot. That bank's obviously just going to be full of undercut ledges and bits that have fallen in and stuff like that, so I'd expect you would get a few fish certainly later on in the season lying hard against that side. Do remember when you're fishing a spinner, they would just sort of appear out of nowhere from down in the depths, often chasing it in. But it's swinging round here quite well. As long as the fly is moving, that's the big thing for me. As long as it's swinging, a lot of bits you fish, there's dead areas in between and the fly's snaking around. Makes it a lot trickier to fish, but this is working away quite well. Well, that's me finished. Nothing doing, but it was nice to investigate another piece of water, even though I've fished it, but from the other side it's completely different. Like I said at the start, subscribe to the channel, like and follow the Facebook page, River Ern Improvement Association, and make a donation or even become a member for £15 a month here. Helps, greatly appreciated. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.